I
Yeah,
heard it
but your
was,
brother
but
swear by it,
it
bro.
looks like garbage.
I might check it out though. I
Yeah.
might check that out though.
Yeah. I think somebody told me it was hot, but yeah, it looks like garbage. I'm sorry, we have started.
I mean, it's true. It looks like garbage, but I'm gonna check that out though. For all the fans who know what we're talking about, man, One Piece has a live action movie. No, it's a series.
It's live action
This is
movie.
live
It's
action
serious?
series.
So we're gonna check
it's
it out, and we're gonna let y'all know what we think about it.
8 to 10 episodes. They said the budget, it was like $15 million an episode. They spent some hella grip on that show. So
can't see why.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, but it's the #1 show on Netflix around the world.
Yeah.
I mean, like the fans love it. So I mean, I'm just saying. So anyway,
I ain't a fan of the show, but
you
I
don't
might
like
check
One
it out.
Piece. So
I don't like One
Yeah,
Piece.
I'm about to say, you ain't a fan of the anime, the manga.
I'm not. And then looking at the trailer, it looks like trash.
Anyway, man, welcome to the Midwest Anime Show. We having pregame, before we even start, man. It's your host with the most. Yeah, I said it. DOC rocking Puma today. We can get a sponsor out here. Shouts out.
I like that. You
My
taking
boy,
my lines, brother.
my boy, Mr. Conspiracy, rocking the Ninja Turtles today. Shouts out, to my boy Raphael. He got anger problems, my boy. And then the professor, coming all the way from Fort Couch.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Anyway, guys, hey, look, fans, today, this is an oldie but goldie episode. But we're going to do something real old for you. Some of y'all might not even been alive when this stuff came out. So we got to double check, man. Fist of the North Star for our roundtable conversation. So I got a lot to say, but I don't want to be the first person to say anything. So I'm going to start this off. Let's see. You know what? I got to go with my boy Conspiracy on this one because he got the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle shirt on. So I gotta rock him. No, sorry, Professor. You know what I'm saying? My man rocking turtle shirt. So I gotta jump in there. Mr. Conspiracy, what you got for us, man? Talk to us about this Fist of the North Star, man.
Oldie but Goldie, episode 2, Fist of the North Star. It is a classic. I think it came out in the 80s, if I'm not mistaken, with the animated movie that we all love and know. Whoever's a fan of it, of course, they had like a bunch of spin-offs, and they have an actual manga that they finished a long time ago. It's not very long, honestly. I really don't remember how long the animated series is, but I don't think it's that long either. But there's a bunch of spin-offs.
Let me jump in on real quick, Mr. Conspiracy, to answer your question. The original run for the manga for Fist of the North Star ran from 1983 to 1988. That's when the manga came out. The original run of the manga. The TV show came out in 1984, ran until 1987 with 109 episodes. But then there was Fist of the North Star 2, which came out in 1987, ran to 88, about 43 episodes. So go ahead. Sorry, I wanted to throw that in there. That facts for dropping them.
Not a problem. Like I said, there's a bunch of spin-offs, and then you got the manga, you got the animated series and whatnot. And for those who really haven't actually seen Fist of the North Star, the main one that we saw as kids was the actual Fist of the North Star animated movie. It takes place with the main character. His name is Kenshiro. Basically, he is an heir to a martial arts school. The actual heir of, I think it's called Hokuto Shinken, if I'm not mistaken, is the actual style. I may have butchered the name, but that should be the actual style. So the movie actually takes place in an apocalyptic world. So I think there was the war had a whole bunch of nuclear war going on, and so it takes place. And so all of the survivors, it is basically a survival of the fittest, the strong prey on the weak. And Kenshiro is what you call I guess you can call him a hero, if that's what you really want to call him, but you should really take a look at the actual movie if you want to really call him a hero or not. But he is someone who wants to, I don't even want to say to see the world go back to what it used to be. It's just really more of him as a love story martial artist who is a brutal killer in a way when he has to be. And it's an amazing thing, even for its time. It has actually aged pretty well. I watch it every single year. There's another one that we're going to do. It's called Ninja Scrolls. Kind of like falls in that same scenario. I watch both of them at least once a year. I love them. The animation really doesn't hold up, but that doesn't matter to me because of the lore. And I just like it. I'm a fanatic of that type of vintage cartoon and anime series and movies. So for me, growing up watching that, it never gets old for me. And it is different because of the martial arts moves that they do. It kind of reminds me of Baki, right? I'm not sure if like you've actually seen Baki, but the people out there, they have a whole bunch of brand new version generations of Baki. Netflix, I think Crunchyroll has some. I'm not sure, but I think it's only on Netflix now. So if you like Baki, go back and watch Fist of the North Star. You'd be like, oh, okay, Baki ain't got nothing on this dude. Kenshiro is the originator OG because the type of fighting and martial arts that he does is not some special superpower. It is just different. I actually feel like more of if you ever play Killer Instinct with all of the crazy combinations that they do, combo, I think that's where they get that from is Fist of the North Star. You will understand that better when my man DOC takes the mic. I'm gonna go ahead and pass this over to my boy, the Professor L.
Yeah, that's a pretty good introduction, kind of overall about the TV series. It's a lot of nostalgia there. It's kind of I think one of the first animes I'd ever watched. As a little kid, kind of introduced me into new genre of animation. I grew up on Warner Brothers and Tiny Toons and Popeye and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. And you turn on Fist of the North Star, and it was just a level of violence I had never seen in an animation. And it's like, whoa, what is this? What's going on here? And so it's a level of brutality and violence that I was not accustomed to as a little kid from a cartoon. And so that just kind of introduced me to a new level of animation, which was anime. And it just kind of what I was watching kind of went along with that. It was just more mature animation. And the story is not great once you go and you watch it again. But as far as animation concerns, it still holds up. As far as just the visuals. Again, you got to look probably more so to the animated TV series for a more full story. You don't really get a complete story from the anime. Ken, he is a hero. His girlfriend Julia, she has a special gift to grow flowers and plants in the post-apocalyptic world. So he's trying to help her to rejuvenate the planet. So he is a hero. He is trying to do some good, but he's not like the main driving force behind that good. He's just there to protect her from all the violence and all the evil that's going on in the world. But yeah, he gets betrayed by his best friend. Things go haywire. But just need to watch the movie. I don't know, if you're a newer anime fan, how you would feel about it. Not that level of animation, that level of storytelling. You may or may not like it. Sometimes you just had to be, in that era or a kid to see it and kind of fully get what it was. And now it's kind of a little bit more nostalgic. Kind of keeps it, kind of holds it up. So I'm not sure if new anime fans would really appreciate it. Again, like Miss Conspiracy said, if you saw Baki and some other animations, the kind of level of violence they have, they kind of point back to Fist of the North Star. So you may be able to appreciate it from that aspect. But yeah. So DLC, I'll pass it over to you.
Man, ooh, so much to say. Listen, first we gotta address, you know what I'm saying, the forward thinking on this show. All right. This TV show says a nuclear war happened in the 1990s. Okay. Post-apocalyptic world happened in the 90s. So with that being said, first thing we gotta talk about is these clothes these dudes be wearing. All right. You can always tell something is from the 80s by the apocalyptic 80s gear they wear, which is like the precursor to Andre 3000 before he went crazy and wearing the shoulder pads and the spikes and all that nonsense. Looked like Mad Max in the Fury Road, but the animated version, right? So, we gotta start there. So for those who don't know, Fist of the North Star has sold over 100 million manga. Okay, it is considered one of the greatest, best-selling mangas of all time. So, to your points, it has aged well. Now, I gotta tell you, like, they all hyped about it. Listen, my version of Fist of the North Star is and then people explode. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I love. Like, forget the story, forget the plot. Like, this is Kill Bill before Kill Bill when she do the doop doop doop. Except this time their old bodies blow up. You know what I'm saying? So the story, you know what I'm saying? This post-apocalyptic world, some chick want to grow flowers, and the dude is like, yeah, the plot say I got to protect you. Even though, you know what I'm saying, I done got whooped a couple times. You know what I'm saying? My girl done been stolen by my best friend. I mean, and then we got to talk about the parenting, okay? Because the dude got 3 other brothers. We got to talk about this parenting, okay? I understand they're all adopted, but still, look, you chose these crazy people, and then you didn't do nothing to help guide them. You just helped them be more crazy and teach them how to fight and be crazy. Like, as a sensei or whatever you want to call it, like, isn't that terrible? Like, aren't you a terrible role model for your kids? Because basically, you got them killing each other, to fight to become the Fist of the North Star. Okay, and let's call it what it is. My boy Rao, can't nobody see Rao. I mean, you can say
Ral the
what you want.
Conqueror.
Yeah, Rao the Conqueror, that dude is a monster. Okay, we don't even need a plot. You could call this pre-Rambo. He just coming here and murdering everybody. I don't even know how many people this dude didn't put down. I mean, again, if you took the most recent villain from Mad Max, whatever that dude's name with the white hair, like that is Rao when he grow up, okay? When he get older and fat and life is on the end. Like, the dude is a monster. And Kenshiro, look, y'all might like him as a hero. I think the dude trash. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think he trash, man. I think the plot is just dumb. Like, I get it. Like, if you would have just sold me on the love plot, I'm okay with that, right? The man is angry. You took my girl. I'm coming back to hunt you down. I should be dead. Right? I'm okay with that. But you planting flowers in a post-apocalyptic world, man, the flowers ain't gonna grow fast enough for people to eat. People out here dying in the streets. You worry about planting some flowers? Eh, cut that plot. Plot's garbage. Just had my man walking around. That's all you need to do. You don't need to talk. You don't need to have no plot. My man walking around here with his hands. These are lethal weapons in all 50 states. Touch you 4 times and you blow up. Like, that's all you need. Like, rest of this y'all talking about, like, who care about the plot of this daggone show? Like, literally, my dude is walking around buff with some shoulder pads almost on, and people he encounter are just as crazy and as stupid. Like, so I'm just saying, like, the whole premise of it, let's just be real. Like, it's dumb as hell. But here's the thing. It's anime. And I can rock with it because of the level of violence, right? Before they was worried about censoring Mortal Kombat because remember the Nintendo, was it the Nintendo
Yeah,
version?
it was
It
Nintendo
had
version.
sand coming out when you punch people. They should have been regulating this stuff because trust me, the level of violence that dude putting out, bodies is blowing up, split in half, like literally. I think Demolition Man called it MDK, murder, death, kill. That's all this whole cartoon is about. Dude walking through the desert. Hell, they even dropped a building on that dude's head, and he just kept walking. He had sand, and it's just like he walking. That's why I said he is literally the plot of a Rambo movie. Okay, you have the thinnest plot in the world, but the only thing you care Rambo do is Rambo gonna kill some people graphically. That's Kenshiro before Kenshiro. Okay, that's Rambo before Rambo. There's Kenshiro doing all this. And then you got Rao doing it. And we ain't gonna even talk about that other crazy brother with the bandages on. Old nut job couldn't accept that he wasn't the chosen one. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying, man, like, whole lot of stuff wrong with the plot, parenting, you know. I love the violence. That's all I got for you. But the rest of that stuff is garbage, man. Like I said, my man walk around, they blow up, I'm cool, right? Whole thing. Like, so everybody else might be high on the anime and the manga and all the other stuff, dude. I don't care. Like, I don't even need to see him talking. You did something to him. Like, there was an episode literally where the dude was like, I think the gangs were trying to kill these people and everything, and gang members like, well, if you want to survive, you need to kill him. He hands him a sword. He takes the sword and he pussy right in the middle of the dude's forehead, and the dude is still talking, and he's like, "Why'd you do that?" And then he ends up dying. I mean, and I was like, "What kind of dummy are you? You gonna hand somebody a weapon?" Oh, and now remind me, I don't think they're guns. Are there any bullets? No,
Yeah, they
I
got
don't think.
guns.
Yeah, okay, they're useless. They don't work on these people,
Nah.
so they
Yeah,
work on
'cause
humans, whatever's left of them.
Jay walks around with a sawed-off shotgun.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. The stuff doesn't kill these people, but I'm just saying, like, it's Fist of the North Star. Like, it is truly a martial arts film with no plot really needed. Just understand the man's hands touch you and you die.
I
So
got a special gift for a DOC real quick. We're gonna just for him.
okay.
So let's see what we're gonna do. See if I can make sure that I got this.
Yeah.
Can y'all see that?
I look, I only
It's
need 10
coming up
seconds.
slowly.
Don't get us canceled. You know, they be to try to demonetize us. You get 10 seconds. There you go. See? See?
I got the sound. I didn't see nothing, but got the sound.
Yeah.
Oh, you couldn't see nothing. Well, there you go,
Nah.
man. Logan,
Yeah. Yeah, all that screaming, yeah, don't even make no sense. That
I
dude,
heard
he's
he
like,
was-
you didn't do anything to me. He's like, I didn't feel anything, and then the dude's side start
now
exploding
can y'all
and
see
stuff.
it? Y'all
Like,
see it now
It came up at the very end.
at the
Yeah.
very end. Okay.
Yeah.
so, all I'm saying, kids, for the people who watch this show, look, we're a little old on this show. So we grew up in probably the best time for anime, manga, the 80s. It had just come to the United States. It wasn't regulated like it is now. You
Yep,
know, if
yep.
people saw, if they knew this stuff came to the US in the 80s,
I stopped it.
Congress would have held all kinds of meetings to shut this stuff down. They probably should have,
Yeah.
because this stuff is violent. And
off
to
the
your
shelf.
point, Mr. Conspiracy, and you want the next oldie but goldie, if we do Ninja Scroll, bro, there's a scene in Ninja Scroll. It's like, whoa, like
Brother, that was
I'm
one of
not
the
even
reasons.
gonna.
I wanted
I'm
to
not
do
even
Fist
gonna
of the North
say.
Star because of that. I wanted to
I
do Fist of
listen.
the North Star because
I
I'm
look.
trying to
I
keep
look.
this for
People.
kids now.
I
Keeping
listen. Kids need to know you shouldn't let your kids watch that show.
No.
You sure enough
No,
shouldn't let your kids.
definitely
Fist
not
of
for
the North
kids.
Star.
Yeah.
You
Ninja
should let them
Scroll,
watch
yeah.
Ninja Scroll. I can go down a list. Maybe we should do a show about parenting, things you shouldn't let your kids watch.
Now, see, we're
I thought it was a cartoon.
gonna do parenting. We're gonna do Dragon Ball Z now. Okay.
That's because you upset. That's because you're obsessed with Dragon Ball Z, man. Just
Yeah.
say it. It's
because
okay.
it is not only an oldie but goldie, but it is relevant and it's new still, all that jazz, man. We're gonna have a 2-hour episode just for Dragon Balls.
Oh Lord, here we go. Anyway, back to the Fist of the North Star. I'm sorry we got sidetracked, but But anyway, like I said, do you really need to know much about the characters other than the main character's plot is to get revenge? That's it. That's all you really need to know.
They're looking for his woman. That's what the plot is. So the Fist of the South Star,
technically,
at the
that's
very
the plot.
beginning of the movie,
Man, he's looking for his
steals his woman. So he's trying to get his woman
He
back.
looking for his woman for revenge.
Now, he really ain't trying to kill anybody. He just wants to get his woman back. He ain't trying to kill Rao. He ain't trying to kill the Fist of the South Star. He wasn't trying to kill Jaggy.
He don't care about Shin, really.
So he's a victim of unfortunate circumstances.
That's what he
He's
is,
a victim, man. That's what I'm talking about.
You're in a world of violence.
Victim
That's all they respond to is violence, strength, and violence.
He's a victim of his environment.
That's correct.
That's it.
That's correct.
We're back to the parenting conversation, right?
Yeah,
I told
you.
Parents didn't raise him well.
He raised those boys in a world of violence, and the survival of the fittest. And so he made them strong, sent them out in the world, tell them, hey, make it.
Yeah, right.
So they top tier compared to everybody else as far as survivability.
He made 4 serial killers. Okay, that's what he made. He made 4 serial killers.
Well,
all right,
he made except for Ken, he wasn't really a serial killer. Again, he only fought when provoked. He wanted to be he wanted to plant some flowers, live with his girl. He didn't want to do nothing else.
Man, so he frou-frou, man. He fluffy. You know what I'm saying? He's soft.
Wow, really wasn't a serial killer though. Wow was just
he was.
Man,
hold on,
he committed like genocide.
Let me explain this. Here's how it
Tell
works. Let
me
me
how you
explain
kill
this.
that many people
Okay.
and he
No,
not be on that list of what I'm
simple.
saying.
It is
Right.
simple. It,
Right.
Like
let me
what?
explain. Let
Right.
me
Explain
explain.
this.
You
Okay. It's simple.
he was the Romans before in modern time for their world. He was salting the earth and burning it with the blood of their bodies. That dude didn't
It,
care. Like,
it's simple, man. Okay. Like either you got down or you lay down. It was that simple for that man. You know what I'm
you
saying? I
sure
mean,
you sure you ain't talking about a pimp? You know what I'm
I'm saying,
saying?
yeah,
I'm just
You
saying,
said,
brother. Either you
yeah.
got down or lay down.
yeah.
That was
Hey,
him.
look,
Either you fell in
listen.
line or you died.
Listen, the definition of a serial killer is a person who commits a series of murders, often with no apparent motive and typically following a predictable behavior pattern.
He
Ralph
had a
is the
motive. He
definition
had a
of a
motive.
serial.
He
He
did
had a
have
motive.
motive, but
Yeah,
yeah,
he
he
I,
had
committed
motive.
genocide. He killed,
that's one part of the problem.
tens of thousands
Notice
of
I
people.
said person who commits a series of murders. That was the first thing I
Yeah.
said. So again, conspiracy.
But you said
How
without
is it?
motive. You said without motive.
That's part of it. I said often with no apparent motive. If you're with no apparent motive,
Often.
following.
Yeah.
I said that, right?
Yeah.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Your boy fits the definition of a serial killer. So all of them do, with the exception of Kenshiro, because he was
Yeah.
soft. I don't know what that parent did to him differently than he did to the other three, because
Well, he
Ken didn't
dated
want no
him.
part of the life.
And that's
Yeah.
why the dad chose him to be the fist.
Yeah,
We ain't
Yeah.
talking
yeah.
about your boy Ken, who was, cutting people in half with his fingers.
Hey, listen, again, raised a bunch of
Not Ken, what was
monsters.
his name? Ray, yeah. Your boy Ray cutting people up with his fingers.
Jazzy
Listen,
actually wasn't a monster. He was,
really? What would you call him if he wasn't?
no, what I mean is that like he wasn't as strong like as his brothers. What I meant by that,
Yeah,
like he's not a monster like them. Like he was
yeah.
Okay.
nowhere
Yeah.
close to them. If you really want to be like like a psychopath, I think that's Shin. To be honest with you, Ken's best friend, I think is more of a psychopath than
I
anything.
listen. Okay, I don't want to break the psychology of all this down. I don't want to get that deep. All your boy Ken is just jealous. That's all it is. He's just jealous of Ken. Okay, that's all it ever been. He's best friend. Okay, did you ever see the movie The Count of Monte Cristo?
I own it, yes sir.
Yeah.
Okay, the crazy friend, okay, who was after everything, that's him. Okay, that's him in modern times. That's all he is. Okay, he jealous of everything that dude had. That's why he couldn't accept it that he had that woman. He couldn't get that woman, and it's the apocalypse. So I'm pretty sure it's a shortage. My man was tripping. He couldn't get the chick he wanted. Best friend got it. He like, I got to do something. I got to do something to get what I need. So like I said, man, these guys, if the plot isn't silly enough, okay, the characters are. I mean, they're almost unbelievable in a sense. It's like, are you really in this post-apocalyptic world where friends are probably few? The one dude who you should be with, your boy, y'all didn't train together, all this other stuff, and you like, I'm gonna kill you, and I'm gonna take your woman. When I kill you, I'm gonna cripple you, and you watch what I'm doing with your woman. So I'm just saying, like,
I
my man,
mean,
pretty bad.
hey man, fix your mask.
Oh my goodness, group. It's
Bro, you
it's
hurt your
it's
head or
Pooh
something?
Bear. It's Christopher Robbins.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
There it is.
Oh, we didn't think you were showing up for round table, bro. Oh, okay, okay. Oh well, Pooh Bear. It's okay. Well, Pooh Bear, you can tell us all about. We at the round table talking about Fist of the North Star. I just told him, you know what I'm saying. Other than your boy going blowing people up, that was all. That's all. That's all the show is about. So I love to hear your thoughts on this. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
See?
See, that's the last part of it's tough. Because it was kind of the hand drawing of the animation, and they had a lot of detail.
talking about the movie. Yeah.
You get something about the movie, yeah.
It wasn't a show yet. It was just a movie. So, a lot of stuff. They didn't really do a whole lot of, the building. But back then, you didn't care. You was little, riding, you kick them in the stomach and like play them and bowling up. I think that was the best part.
Yeah.
You knew it was blowing up. You was just waiting for what gonna do. Yeah, then that's like the guys were like they would start off like regular size and somehow they became giants.
Yeah.
You ever noticed that?
You right about that. Yeah.
These dudes are like,
That's the great camera angles, Pooh Bear.
Mhm.
Those are great camera angles. That's what it is. Listen, I got to throw this in here, okay? I got to because there's something ain't nobody talking about, and I feel like y'all missing out on something.
You ain't let me bring nothing up, man. You ain't let me bring nothing up, DOC. Like I was about to bring up, you know what I'm saying, Zenda, right? They was almost the same height, and then that camera angle turned him into Godzilla. So when he punched him in the forehead, like, did you see when he fell, how big he became in the background?
Listen.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, see, I was going to take it a very different route, Mr. Conspiracy.
So was I, man, but you ain't giving me no opportunities, man. No chance.
Oh, well, go ahead.
Nah, man, I'm done. DOC, what you got to say?
Okay, it wasn't that important then. That's what he just told y'all. If it was important, he'd have took his time to talk about it. So anyway. All right, look, that's easy to do, man. Put your tinfoil hat on and just say something. Aliens are real and the dude will jump up. So anyway, nobody's talking about the 1995 Fist of the North Star movie.
The movie.
That was absolutely trash.
Man, that was my joint that came out. That was cool when it first came out.
When it first came out in 95, I'm pretty sure.
So the guy who actually starred as Kenshiro, if people don't know him, they need to go watch the movie Blood Moon.
I was gonna say Blood Moon.
Yeah.
Oh, I loved him in Blood Moon.
Martial art movie.
Blood Moon is hot.
Fight. Yeah.
Gary Daniels. Yeah.
It was live action. Yeah. Bro, you never saw live action in Fist of the North Star?
Oh my god.
Yeah. How'd you miss that? 95.
95, man.
Wow, you ain't never seen that.
You missed that. I don't understand how you missed that.
Yeah. Look. Okay. Look. And yes. Yeah. Look, I don't know how you missed it, man. I thought everybody seen it.
Yeah, I definitely saw it.
And then, like you said, the main character, he did a movie Blood Moon, which I love.
Blood Moon was hot. Yeah, Blood Moon was hot.
Yeah.
But so
the star in that played Kenshiro. Yeah.
Yeah, he playing Kenshiro, man. You go check it out, man. I'm pretty sure they got it on YouTube for free at this point.
Because that dude did something. You know what? He didn't do it, but he did something that was he went.
Listen, I'm telling you, man. Some of these live actions where they do this stuff, man, it just be like, why, guys? Man, why are we doing this?
I gotta rewatch the live action, man, because I remember, as a kid, 13, man, it was dope. It was dope. Like,
listen, and you don't make the sound effects. You don't make the sound effects too. That ain't no real North Star fighting, man. They screaming. You know what I'm saying? My man, I'm just saying, like, you gonna be a fan, I need you to be committed. Like, this stuff was garbage. And nobody wanna talk about it. This stuff was garbage.
Hey, man, right? I enjoyed it, man.
Bro,
when it came out, listen.
Live action was legit.
Yeah, man, like
you know what? I'll tell you this. It was better than Double Dragon live action.
Yeah, better than that mess. Yeah.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe you brought that up, man.
I listen. Look, listen. I mean, we talk about stuff that got brought from cartoons and all this other stuff. I'm just saying, like, the live action of this was good when I watched it, but now I've seen it lately, and I'm like, oh my god, this is bad.
Oh, it's trash now. Yes.
Yeah.
Like,
that
live action
man.
is garbage.
Or should I just let it live in my memories?
Let it live in your memory now.
This is Professor,
Yeah.
this is Voltron
Oh,
all over. If you
Ugh.
allow this to happen, you will ruin
never.
your childhood.
Never.
Because Voltron, I went back and watched that, and I messed up my
Never.
life. Don't
You
let
did,
Fist
bro.
of the
Don't watch
North
You
Star
did.
affect you. Don't,
Leave it. Leave it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just leave it in your memories. I got you. I'm gonna leave it in my memories.
leave it in your memories, man.
Yeah, just gonna leave it there.
No. So listen, I'm just saying, for a roundtable conversation, look, I would tell anybody, hey, if you want to see what really made anime and manga really jump off in the US, Fist of the North Star is one of those that helped
Definitely.
really push it. I mean, I would tell anybody, like, this is one of the, other than, because the only other thing I can think of other than Dragon Ball Z would have been Akira.
Yeah.
Akira,
Akira,
yeah.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
during the time period
Right.
that, like I
Yep.
said, during the 80s, when this stuff was first hitting the US and stuff like that, these are some of the stuff that really propelled anime and manga to the level it is now. Like everything, I mean, these shows to me are the equivalent of what Atari was to the gaming world. You know what I mean? Like these are the beginning phases of some of
Yeah.
the best stuff you'll ever see came because of these shows. So, hey, I might be giving it crap now, but listen, as a fan, you can't help but get the nostalgia, you know what I'm saying? Like it'll make me after this show go back and go watch it so I can go laugh it. Like I gotta go watch it. You know what I'm saying? So that's
we consider old school anime here, and that's like you said, that's really it was one of those that propelled the anime, but for the U.S.
Yeah.
It really wasn't. That's what
Yeah.
the souls of the ground. More, heavy metal, that was another one.
oh, you took it back.
Yeah.
Heavy metal. Wow.
Me and Professor, spiritually but that stuff like Carnival, Robot Carnival. Everybody remembers that. Strong classic.
Mm.
I might go back to like you said.
Hey.
Alone, it was so much detail. It was glorious.
Yes.
Yeah.
None.
Gory.
None.
Hey Pooh Bear, that's why we're gonna do an episode. What your kids shouldn't be watching. That's anime. We're gonna do a little list. You know what I'm saying? Because these parents listen. Because I would tell you, like in one of my groups I'm in, one of the dudes was like, "Oh yeah, I let my kid watch." And I was like, "You let your kid watch?" He was like, "What was your pause for?" I was like, "Do you know how much gore, sex, and all the other stuff that's in there?" He was like, "No, my daughter's watching." I said, "Well, if you love it, you might want to cut that off. Might want to cut that stuff off, bro. Like you're gonna be having to answer some real interesting questions if you."
I don't let my son like right now. Watch what he does. Like okay with Naruto, what's the on Netflix? So
Ronin Warriors, what?
the yellow.
Oh,
You talking about the Knights of like the one with the signs?
7 Deadly Sins.
I let him watch stuff like that.
Man, that's even pushing the boundary, bro.
Well, yeah, but
that's
ain't
pushing the
nobody
boundaries.
titties hanging out. It is, but just enough where it's like, okay, I gotta answer a whole lot of questions.
I mean,
Yeah.
I wouldn't like Hunter x Hunter. I can let my son watch it to a point, but when we get to that island and stuff where they Mr. I can't be near schools 500 feet, I don't even want to have to explain that. Yeah.
Listen, Billy Otis shouldn't be let around women, period. Okay.
So, nah, man. Like I said, we got some stuff. Audience, y'all let us know if you need a list so we can keep your kids safe. You know what I'm saying? We don't want your kids infected with some of this. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You could let them watch, being reborn as a vending machine. I hear that's safe.
I still watch it. I have to see how ridiculous it is.
Man, you know what? On that note, I think it's time, Conspiracy. I think it's time.
No, man. What?
It's not time? Am I rushing it? Am I? Am I rushing? Am I rushing?
If you want to do one, man, we can do one. You want to do one? All right.
And now, this world
Why your
shall
sword,
know
man?
pain.
It's time for Anime Fisticuffs! DLC. Who do we have lined up for today?
Mr. Conspiracy, I don't know who we got lined up. I just wanted to talk about some stuff.
Ooh, Leonardo and Michelangelo. Go.
Go. Leonardo wins that fight, hands down.
Yeah, I was about to say, man, that ain't even
Wait. The last Ronin don't say that.
Oh, well, you know what?
They weren't really
I ain't
fighting
the
each
last
other.
Ronin.
Yeah, they weren't fighting each other.
Well, not,
Yeah.
we won't fight each other, but
Yeah.
Michelangelo, he's that dude.
Well,
Everybody.
the only thing I want to talk about with anime fisticuffs is a continuation of our last conversation. Who can whoop Saitama?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that we ever came up with an answer. Well, was it Mr. Conspiracy? You came up with
Yeah, I came up with
Madara.
who? Yeah, Madoru Uchiha. I came up with
Yeah.
him.
he said the ultimate genjutsu, Tsukiyomi,
Yeah.
putting him in the permanent Tsukiyomi. So he's fighting basically
Like the strongest person.
his
he could ever
imagination
think of. Yeah, his
for the rest of his
imagination,
life.
basically. Yeah, for the rest of his life. Yeah.
And we felt like that was probably doable, but because One Punch Man's plot armor so thick, they'll probably be like, well, Genjutsu doesn't work on him because he's too
so
stupid.
Yeah, he's too stupid.
He's too
Yeah.
stupid to be hypnotized.
Yeah.
Well, actually, it's easier. Like the dumber they are, it's actually easier for them to be caught in it.
You know what I'm saying?
You'll figure it out. You'll be like, something right.
Hey man, I'm saying you give him his happiness, right? Like he said, he's
That's what
locked
you're
up
doing.
in there.
Yeah.
He just locked up in that thing, and he just fighting in his mind. So they've said his physical abilities they don't have a limit on, but they never said nothing about his mental. His mind. They never
It seems
said
really
that.
limited.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So Mr. Conspiracy, I think Madara might be the. He might be the guy. I had somebody else who could do him. Aizen from Bleach could do him as well.
Ooh, he's
Well, see, here's the thing. Because of his complete hypnosis, he have him fighting whoever, right? And once you've seen it once, and One Punch Man don't start a fight. Saitama don't start a fight. So if he tried to fight him, he could have him under complete hypnosis. He might be punching the robot dude, the android guy, the whole time and never even know it. You know what I'm saying? Or he could just have him, I don't know what the limits of his complete hypnosis are, could he have him punching things that could hurt him, and not know it? I mean, I don't know if he could kill him, but he could definitely
Aizen's like upper tier.
Yeah, man, he's upper tier.
In Bleach.
Mm.
Yeah, they had to
seal him. They had to seal him.
Yeah. He willingly got sealed. If I
Yeah,
remember correctly, he just kind of was like, he let them seal him.
Well, I mean, he can attack his soul too. So,
Yeah.
I mean, that's one thing. Like they all can actually attack his soul.
Yeah.
So that's a fight that they can win. Yeah. Aizen, Kenpachi, chick who trained him.
Kenpachi's real physical though. So see, that's why I was trying to get away from people.
Just mental, yeah.
Yeah.
He can still
the
attack
problem
his
is
soul is what I'm saying. Like,
Kenpachi's a beast. Don't get me wrong. He is a beast in his own way.
he a monster. You know what I'm saying?
oh,
But
wait
is
a minute,
that
never mind. We
monster-
can't use them though. We can't use them. I thought the agreement was that they had to be like they couldn't be like God tier or like gods. They couldn't be gods. Remember?
Well, I never really considered Aizen God tier. I mean, I guess once he got the Hokuto or whatever, that put him up there. But before that, he was just a normal, you know
Well,
what I
they're Soul
mean?
Reapers, right?
He was just a normal
Yeah.
Soul Reaper.
So-
it wasn't until he got the
Soul
Hokuto.
considered gods, though. though, just
they'd be considered from that type of level, right? If
I
I'm not
mean, well, to
mistaken,
me,
right?
but to me, they're at the same level like Madara is. Isn't Madara considered a god in
No,
Naruto almost?
no, Madara is
I
No.
mean,
human.
because,
Madara is
and the
flat
only
out
reason why I
human,
said that,
bro.
here's the only
Yeah.
reason why I said that. The only reason why I said that is because no other shinobi other than um the first Hokage was on his level. Nobody else before that. I mean, like god tier level beings. I mean, for the shinobi world. But I mean, you're right. I didn't really consider Aizen or bleaching them some god folks. So I'll back up and
yeah,
we'll.
Now, the only way, now, if you would have said that we couldn't take reincarnations, then I couldn't take Madara because he's technically a reincarnation of the Sage of the Sixth Path son, is what he is. He's a reincarnation of him.
Yeah, no, I mean it is, but
So,
you know
I
what though?
mean,
I mean to y'all's point, I mean, but so is the first Hokage too.
yes, he
So
is.
I
Yeah,
mean
he's a reincarnation.
that's why I said
Yeah.
they're at their own little level. But when we're talking about Saitama, I mean, I mean to Christopher Robin's point, they are technically in that god tier. So like
Yeah.
I said, I'll back up what I said.
well,
Be,
not necessarily. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest. So Thomas is trying to read when he went that last fight, you know what I'm talking about. When he was fighting the hero hunter. When he
oh
went,
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that
he
dude.
went down level. He was
Yeah.
fighting his power. He was down level. Like I didn't get nobody. He actually just went God level himself.
Yeah, he did.
So
Yeah.
technically, I honestly, I don't think God is off the table because he at this point, shit, he's at God level. He might
Yeah,
not.
let's open up the floodgates then. Yeah.
hey, minor. He's a small G, not a big G.
Right, like
He's-
Like
yeah,
a demigod, maybe, something like
yeah.
that.
that's all the word I'm
Yeah.
looking for. Didn't so eh, at this point, we can't really pigeonhole ourselves or Tom
It was trying to make it more challenging. That's why we did that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, because
He's on his own.
yeah, I thought it was cool because it gives you an opportunity to read some manga, look at some anime, and see who you think will have an actual shot at beating this dude. Like, because I mean, he's a very hard person to beat on paper. You know what I mean? As a human, I mean, now to your point, Pooh Bear, when he goes to that upper echelon after that fight, I mean, I get it. But when you make them that tough, and you're just like, oh, well, they just a silly little being running around here. He's like Popeye to me. You know what I mean? Like he's unkillable, because it's plot armor. But then they make him so OP, the dude can punch, half the earth if he wanted to and shatter it if he wanted to. So that's the only reason why I was like, man, there got to be some regular old anime people who get his dude to run for his money, that he can't kill in one punch. That's
That's the thing, though. This is the first
Yeah.
time we got in anime.
no, I get it.
We all watch Good Lick, right?
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have extensive knowledge of it. The fact that all four of us can't really think of a solid person besides going in his mind. Like we talk about a solid heads up. We can't think of one person between all four of us.
So I got a person, okay? He's a manga character. The only thing is I don't know his ability should kill Saitama, okay? Because of his abilities. So he's got 3 abilities. One of them is paralyzed, one of them is poison, and the third, what is his third? It's paralyzed, poison. Golly, I can't think of the third one. But basically, he got the crappiest powers in his story. But because he can use paralyze an infinite amount of time, and he can use his poison an infinite amount of time, he just freezes his targets and just poisons them, and basically watches them die slowly. I don't know because his paralyzed. I mean, a god gave him let him choose their powers, and it works on most god tier level stuff. So that's the only reason why I brought him up, because he was killing some stuff that shouldn't have been able to be killed, but because it's poison and it goes in the inside of your body, it's not an external force. It's internal.
Yeah, so don't really know. I don't know. Can Saitama be poisoned? Can he be paralyzed? I don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
know.
So Saitama actually, one of his quirks or one of his abilities actually is that he's immune to radiation because of his physical abilities. He's actually immune to radiation. So I'm not sure if yeah, that's actually in the manga. Like he's actually immune to radiation because of his physique. So
Yeah.
He said plot armor.
But listen. At this point, we had to jump out of anime and manga and go straight into the comic books.
'Cause there's
We
no
gotta
real
go. Yeah, because that's when we start bringing in like Superman, Doctor Strange. We had to start bringing people, because I was like, man, I was just thinking about this fight. Like, this dude's his physical abilities are so OP. Like, how do you even compete with that?
right.
That a character that exists in anime, manga, or whatever. How you compete with this dude? You know what I'm saying? Like, because most of the characters we look at, oh, they got some special ability, but it's a physical ability, right? With the exception of Madara, that you name conspiracy. I mean, but other than that, who else got a act like no physical attack is gonna kill this dude unless you.
you gotta be able
Well,
to go
hold
blow
on.
for blow for this dude. Like you gotta be able to go blow for blow. Like we
But
mentioned,
what about a sword that could cut anything? No, he can bleed.
Yeah, but could you cut him though? At super speed.
Oh well, yeah,
could you
there's
actually
that
cut him?
problem
Yeah.
too.
Yeah.
I forget. I was about to say because like I said,
Well, let me ask y'all a
it's so
question then. What do you think about the full demon form of Meliodas?
not enough. Not
It's
enough.
not enough. Okay.
Not enough because I mean, if that was the case, when I brought up Escanor, right? Now
Well,
I
he's
understand Meliodas is more powerful than Escanor, but
he's
he ain't
far stronger
powerful
than
enough.
Escanor.
So when he goes full sunshine, he
Mm.
goes toe to toe.
No, they don't.
For a minute, he went for a minute.
He did.
We
For that minute,
Yes, he
Merlin
did.
said for that minute he's the strongest man in the world. For that 1 minute, he was stronger than. Yeah, he got with him for that 1 minute when that sun was at his peak. He was the strongest man, but that's only for 1 minute though. But that ain't gonna matter again. Again, physical ability isn't gonna do anything to that dude. I mean, unless you got a dude that's just so OP. I don't know another character that's. I mean, he was created as a joke, a broken joke, and they just ran with it. I don't know another character that's anime who's just that broken but that OP at the same time.
Return of the Disaster Class Hero. That dude, I think, man,
He got a shot.
I
He got a
think he
shot.
get it.
He does have a shot. That dude's abilities are off the charts. So
And
he
he's a
got a
broken
shot. And if
character.
he's an old
That
yeah,
dude is a
if
broken
you
character.
never read that manga, he's a calamity. Yeah, he's a calamity class character. I mean, if you've never seen the manga or whatever, I mean, it's good. He might be able to give him a run for his money because they never talk about his upper limits either. That dude is OP though. He's ridiculously OP as well. See, maybe we ought to have a show talking about who's the most broken OP character you can find in anime.
There's a lot
Like
to
other
talk about now.
Hey, I'm just saying, man. The fans need to know this stuff, right? I hope y'all don't think we spend all day just thinking of stuff for y'all, man. This stuff been in our mind for years. We've been thinking about these fights for forever, and we've had these conversations privately for a long time. So I'm just saying, if you're a real fan, I mean, everybody wants to know who's the strongest, who's the who can win at this, who's the best at this. So I mean, there's always that. So. I mean, how can you not be excited?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But I think we should keep exploring this, man, till we find a definite winner for this Saitama thing. I'm not saying every show we do it, but do your homework, do some investigations. Is there an anime character? If you people in the audience, our fans, y'all know somebody who put this dude down. You know what I'm saying? I tell you what, I got $20. Find me a manga character. I will cash app you. I will PayPal you 20. Find me somebody who can whoop Saitama.
Galactus.
Wow. Went straight to the comic books,
Yeah,
huh?
so you may have to put some regulations on that.
Yeah.
Just say, manga or anime.
Yeah,
I mean, you can
manga
put
or
regulations.
anime,
But just not,
not comic book characters.
yeah,
Because
not comic book movies,
we got
fantasy,
comic book characters and we
none
beat
of
them,
that.
but I'm talking about manga anime characters who are not god level beings. Who could fight this dude and beat him? That's what I'm really asking. Who who's so broken they can fight Saitama? $20 I cash app you right now. So fans, you know it. Hey, it's a $20 prize by DOC on the building.
And you
Put it
gotta
out
back
there.
it up too, man. You can't just be putting out a name. You gotta back it up with some facts. You gotta put
Reasoning,
something
yeah.
behind it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
You can't
listen.
just throw out a name. Yeah. So
Hey, listen, we'll get more into it, but I think this the audience need to be involved in this conversation because I think this conversation can go a lot of different ways. So that's all. But that's my take on it. On fisticuffs today. I always got to have a fisticuffs, even if we talking about, especially when we talking about, we're talking about Fist of the North Star. So how can we not have an anime fisticuffs? Now, if you put your boy Kenshiro in a fisticuffs, boy, first of all, whoever it is, they probably gonna die. You know what I'm saying?
man, depends on who it is, man. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
So we have to do that. But that's what I want to talk about. Sorry, I was being a little selfish today on
yeah, man, that was some
on the
selfish
hostess.
stuff right
That-
there, DOC.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm
That's
sorry,
oldie
guys.
but goldie, man. You know what I'm
I look,
saying?
look. Oldie but Goldie's still in effect,
Doing your
bro. You know
stupid
what I'm
Puma
saying?
shirt.
Because we still got to do what's hot, what's not. So we can always do your
No,
recommendations, Oldie.
no.
No,
Mm-mm.
that ain't how this works.
Oldie but goldies,
No.
baby. You know what I'm saying? But you already strike two.
Oh
I
wow.
had a red flag on it.
Hey, Professor, he
What's
sound
up?
like he about to kick me out. I felt like
Hey,
I'm about to get thrown
hey,
out.
you got one more strike.
Yeah.
You got one more
Is
strike,
that
man.
for? Is that
Easy.
for? Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that for this show? Is it strike two for this show? Or you saying it's strike two period? And then I'm on my way out. I need to know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that's in my contract, man. I signed. You know what I'm saying? According to him, I must have because if I
Ain't
got
all
3
this
strikes
crazy
now,
stuff, man. You know what I'm saying?
Stop it. Get some help.
you go Michael Jordan me? You go hit me with the Michael Jordan? Really?
I'm trying to help you,
When that came out, what is he talking about?
It's a
Wasn't that a drug commercial?
yeah, man. It's a
Yeah,
drug
drug
commercial like his
commercial,
rookie year.
Yeah,
What in the
it's a
world?
drug commercial, dude.
Yeah.
It's a drug commercial,
Oh,
but
there's way more to the commercial. That's the only thing people care about is when he said that.
yeah, stop it. Get some help. Yeah,
He just went
but
straight in with it,
Yeah.
y'all funny on that one. Okay. All right. Well, I'm gonna be quiet since I'm on strike 2. Y'all figure out where this is going now. Apparently, I need to be quiet. I'm on strike 2.
Nah, man. I'm gonna let you out the box, DOC, man. But hey, just cool out.
So I know, and the talking about fisticuffs, that final fight between Kenshiro and Rao, that was a pretty epic battle.
Yeah, we
As
should
far
talk
as them
about
going head to head, I mean that's probably where the fisticuffs, if they really went at it, who you think really would win if they just didn't completely go
kill,
all
basically.
out, but
Like,
if they was trying to kill,
Oh,
who you
Rao,
think wins that fight?
Rao,
I don't know.
Rao, hands down. Yeah, because Rao, first of all, Rao didn't want to kill him. Rao didn't want to kill Kenshiro. Okay, let that be known. Rao didn't want to kill him. And that fight, like you said, nobody's walking away from a real fight with one of them. So they both one of them would have died. So the fact that he walked away let you know Rao didn't want to put him down.
And, at the end, Kenshiro was down on the ground, and Rao's the one who walked off. And he said, once he comes to, yeah.
I say
he was
Rao
being
for that one, only because
he was being a good big brother.
Well, so here's the thing: Rao easily wins that because of the fact that Kenshiro hadn't yet grown, to his full ability. Yet he was still learning. Like he had just gotten to that level to where he can beat Shin, and Shin is no match for Rao. Like there's no comparison, and he just basically got to that level. And you kind of noticed that because he kept going berserk right in the middle of the fight. Every time like he had to come back, he had to go berserk, lose his mind kind of, just to even actually fight his brother who wasn't even trying to kill him. So I would, definitely take Rao, like from a movie aspect, not from the animated series. So.
No. I don't think you get it. Rao the Conqueror means Rao the Conqueror. It mean he ain't lost to nobody.
Yeah.
You don't get to be a conqueror because you losing. Rao ain't lost to nobody, bruh. Like Rao, like you said. What did you say, Professor?
Yeah, that was satisfying. Battle at the end, just kind of whatever leading up to everything, them two going at it. I thought it would end, one of them dying, but I was cool to wait at the end just because the battle was excellent.
Yeah. Like I said, Rao was like, "Hey, look, tell my brother when you get up, holla at you."
I'll be at the dude's tomb.
That was gangster right there, now.
Yeah. Right,
he know where to find
Raiken's grave. Yeah.
I mean, he literally told that dude, like, "Hey, I wanted to see what you was about." Like that fight was, I wanted to see what you was about. Yeah. You ain't here yet, little brother. Pat you on the head while you unconscious.
Yeah. Hey. Wait a minute, Grant. He was the only one that could bring it.
Oh yeah, no,
that's true. Yeah, he was the only one that could bring it to him.
Listen.
Nobody else was seen it.
Hey, look, he number 2, okay? Kenshiro number 2. All right. Now you can say, because remember, did you ever see the Fist of the North Star, the one that was about Rao when he on his way to become the Conqueror? Did y'all ever see that?
No.
Oh my God, that homicidal maniac! Like that dude, whoo-wee. I was telling Conspiracy, he fit the definition of a serial killer. Rao don't care about, like, even, man, if y'all get a chance, go watch the series. It wasn't long, but it was about Rao. It was about how he became Rao the Conqueror. That dude is messed up. I mean, you know he messed up because that dad or whatever, but him getting to the point where he at when Ken fights him, like to getting there, bruh, like the amount of bodies he put down, you could put all the Rambo movies and every other death scene you've never seen in anything, and that still wouldn't give you the body count of what Rao put down to get to be who he is. I mean, that dude literally was Genghis Khan of the post-apocalyptic world, minus having all the kids.
So DLC, I'm gonna say this. So, because you brought up something that I know that I haven't seen, and the other two haven't seen either, but there's something that I do know, and that's why I brought up like the whole fact of the actual animated movie and not the animated series, is because of, if there's one person who could at that time frame and that timeline who could actually kill Rao, would be his big brother, which is Cal, who's his big brother, and there's like no doubt at all that Rao could not see him, like his real like biological big brother. So Kenshiro was actually saved as a baby by their biological mother, and that's how she passed, was by actually saving Kenshiro's life, and that's how Kenshiro came to be in arousing his life in the first place, because she saved him as a baby from a burning building.
So we can all say there's some terrible parenting going on. Like I said before, there's some terrible parenting.
Save the baby's life.
Save
a baby.
Turn him into a serial killer to be pitted against. Listen, it don't matter whose fault it is, man. Like parenting is bad parenting. Like, okay, you know what? I'm gonna ask this question, and this is to Mr. Conspiracy. He's my DBZ Dragon Ball Z expert. Is his father worse than Goku?
No, not even close.
Wow.
Even if you made your sons into killers, you think Goku?
They didn't kill tens of thousands of people.
I mean, Goku,
you think Goku is a worse?
His son into killers too.
Go.
No. He did. What are you talking about? He did.
He did.
Multiple times. He did.
Right. So, Professor, I'm gonna say Goku's a better father. This dude made his sons into serial killers.
Yeah, made his kids into serial killers.
I ain't never seen Ryle and them destroy an entire planet, but just because they wanted to enjoy a fight. That's all I'm saying.
Just
Okay.
because
If
he wasn't strong
Rao
enough.
had,
Rao destroyed the
listen,
entire city just because he wanted to fight his brother. If he was strong enough, he'd destroy the planet.
he destroyed it. Listen, man, the dude literally, did you not hear me tell you the lead up to him becoming that dude is that he's a homicidal maniac? Didn't I just say that? Like, those people, okay, there's a difference between somebody who loves fighting versus somebody who don't care about killing people. And there's a big difference.
See,
And I'm
DLC,
sorry,
no.
those kids.
Enough is enough. Now I got to bring it to you. Okay, you did this. Now I got to bring it to you because I didn't want to talk about Dragon Ball Z. I wanted to leave that for another episode. Nope, I'm bringing it to you now. Okay,
Who being selfish now?
Me. Okay. All that craziness that you keep talking about, stuff like that. Let's go ahead and bring it down to brass tacks. Dragon Ball Z. Okay, when Boo literally killed every single person on the planet.
I'm not talking about Boo.
No. Hold on now. Let me finish. Okay, when he killed every single person on the planet, that includes Goku's. Well, it should have been both his kids, but it was definitely one of them. He killed the wife, friends, all that stuff. That's including Krillin, and all that junk. You know what this dude did when he faced Boo? He didn't care about the fact that his wife was dead, that his best friend was gone. None of those family members. He could have cared less about that. None of that stuff mattered to him. He was like, oh, this dude is strong. Let's see if I can beat him without anybody's help. Like, let's go ahead and see if I can do this dude. You know what I'm saying? I don't care about nobody. No. Let me finish. And then when the people got brought back, you know what he cared about? He cared about Boo being reincarnated so I can fight him again. I hope he come back so we can be sparring partners. Not about my wife is alive, my kids is finally back in my life. No, it's let this dude be reincarnated so we can fight. Yeah.
That speaks directly to him being a father and fatherhood.
Yeah, wait. No, Professor, I got this. Professor, I got this.
Go ahead.
Professor, I got this. I got this.
I'm sorry. My bad. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm glad you brought all those magical points up because you just said the one thing that can't happen in that go physical North Star. Them people ain't coming back to life. He murdered all those people. They're not coming back. You know what I'm saying? There's always a way in Dragon Ball Z. So you can't be a worse parent if I can go wish you back to, you know what I'm saying? Goku ain't worried about that stuff because he can wish you back to life. Guess what? Rao wasn't wishing nobody back to life. You know what I'm saying?
Thank you. Pooh Bear, thank you for saying it because that makes Goku worse. That makes him worse as a person, worse as a father.
No. He's got an ace in the back hole. He knows at any point in time I can go get some Dragon Balls and bring somebody back to life. Okay. As a father, okay, I'm just talking about strictly as a father. He didn't teach his kids, okay, to go out and murder people. That's not what he taught his children. Now, you look at those 4 kids. Now, you tell me who's got a higher body count, them 4 kids or Goku's 2 kids?
Goku's 2 kids. Yeah. Goku's 2 kids. Yeah. Across the whole series.
They've killed more people.
Series. Yeah, they probably
killed more people than Rao, Kenshiro, all the brothers. You telling me they killed?
They killed a lot of people from the Frieza Force. You know what I'm saying? There's a ton of people from the Frieza Force. A lot of their enemies, like they killed a lot of people, bro. I mean, they did. You can't deny that. They killed a whole bunch of people, man.
Listen,
whether you think they're evil or not is irrelevant. They killed them.
Mr. Conspiracy. Did they go into these fights like, yo, I gotta fight you?
They killed regular human beings. They killed Earthlings without even knowing they killed them.
Did they? Did they get brought back?
100%.
Are they all still alive? Because last time I checked in Dragon Ball Z, don't nobody die. Nobody stay dead. Even Frieza came back to life.
No. In Future Trunks, they dead. They ain't coming back. They gone.
Look, but you could go get that god to go wish him back though, couldn't you?
No, he can't.
Listen. I mean, okay, so listen. Okay, fine. Let's take away the fact that they can come back to life. Okay.
No. I want to touch on that, DLC. I want to touch on that because
okay. Well, give me a second then. Give me a second.
Go ahead.
And if you want to touch on it, all I'm simply telling you is, okay, Goku. We can all agree here, absentee father. Ain't no denying that. The dude is terrible, okay? But the only thing is he ain't out here teaching his kids to murder people just cause. Now you can say what you want, Ken. Yeah, Kenshiro. Okay, hey, he want to go plant flowers. Rao, look, Jackie. You know, look. It's some nutcases that he raised. You don't just get like that overnight, Professor. Am I correct? You don't just
Correct.
get crazy overnight. Now, if they were born nuts, that's what they. But that ain't what happened. They were trained to be that way. Minus Kenshiro, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm gonna say about that. Now, go ahead, Mr. Conspiracy, about them coming
Okay.
back to life.
Number one. Okay, Kenshiro and his father did not teach them to actually be that way. Okay, that was not his philosophy and not his principle. Even in the beginning of the movie, even when Rao came to him, knowing Rao was about to kill him, the speech that he gave Rao was trying to turn him from the path he was on to the path he should go on, which is the actual principles of their fighting style school. Go ahead, I'm listening.
My only question to that is, he knew Rao was a monster, yet he still taught him.
The whole purpose behind their actual school and their actual, like their fighting style, all that type of stuff is the fact that you're supposed to be able to to actually be calm, rational, and to walk a specific type of path. It was not for him to walk down the bad path of killing people. That wasn't the point of his teaching and the principles, which was Kenshiro, that he got that whole point from his father. Go ahead, I'm listening.
How you get one child out of 4 right? The rest of okay, I'm going based off what you said, right? Same philosophy. You got 3 nutcases, only one. So how is it? Okay, father of the year over here. I look, father of the year. Okay, he batting so high. You know what I'm saying? Listen, it's one thing if 2 of your kids was like that, right? 3 of them are crazy. Kenshiro, yes. Did he pick up his principles? Sure, that's why he became who he was. But I'm simply saying is, as a
One
parent,
word.
and I'm talking about in real life, right?
One word.
Pooh Bear over here, right? You can see stuff in your kids can't nobody else see when you raise them. Correct, Pooh Bear? Yes. You
Where you going with this?
no, I'm just asking, as a parent, you know your children. That's all I'm getting at. I know my son. I,
We as parents, we know what our children just like us. Our parents didn't know what school was.
um
You're going to something real in parenting.
yeah, no.
Parents, we'll know our children to a certain extent. Now,
Okay.
it's fundamentally, okay?
Yep.
But I mean, you just take look part five, the Taliban people. Their parents were up and down. Please pray, and to them, he was maybe to them. But
Oh,
on the back end, he was listening to Marilyn Manson. He was getting beat up in school. They didn't know that he was the president. I'm just making
no, I get what you're
examples.
saying, but the point of my
Just to
story is
point.
okay. Yeah. But the point of my story is, you know your kid well enough to know when your kid is lying, telling the truth, or to a degree, right? You know your kids fundamentally enough to know, okay, that's like my son. Now, y'all all know who I'm talking about. I ain't got to say his name, okay? With he got some issues, right? I know he's got issues. I don't have to wait till he grows up to know how that's going to play out. You see what I'm saying? That's all I'm getting at. He knew fundamentally teaching these kids, okay? You don't just wake up one day and be like, you know what? I'm going to go start down this path of badness or whatever, right? Now, to your point, Pooh Bear, there are some cases where, as a parent, you do have those children, right, who go off and go do their own thing. And yeah, they may turn out to be some monsters later in life. That's fine, but that's not normal. That's abnormal. Most people, okay, with their kids, you can tell, okay, this guy right here, he gonna be something I don't want to deal with. Early on, they manipulative, they lie. You can see that stuff early on. That's not something most people are gonna hide. That's all I'm getting at. Like, there's things you see these people every day. You're training them. The police department isn't gonna hand a loaded weapon to a psychopath. They make you go through some things, and he tests these folks because part of martial arts, you go through testing, you go through discipline constantly, right? So you know when somebody's cuckoo for cocoa puffs or not. Am I wrong with my thinking? If I'm wrong, just tell me I'm wrong.
I got your answer, man. Just
What's
send
up?
it back to me. I got your answer, man. Just send it back to me. Okay.
Okay.
Environment. In their environment, the strong prey on the weak. That's the environment that they grew up in. A post-apocalyptic world. That's the environment that they grew up in. And like I said, is the fact that Rao and their older brother's mother died saving Kenshiro. She passed away saving a baby Kenshiro, which means that they watched their mother. They actually watched their mother die saving this baby, right? And they were helpless to do anything about it. So, and that being said, Kenshiro grew up, you know, without a mother, without having to deal with what they dealt with that type of trauma in that type of world. So to them, power is everything. Because it's like, if I'm not powerful and strong, I'm weak, which means that I can die at any moment. So for them, they probably trained with the idea of, I have to become strong. And it's not for nobody else's benefit, but for mine. I have to be strong, period. I got to be powerful to where I cannot be pushed around. I will not be weak. And if anyone stands in my way, then they're going to be dealt with, because I am not weak. I am strong, and I'm going to have to show that, period. And they're going to know that I cannot be pushed around.
Okay. How about we agree to this? They both terrible parents.
I mean, I can agree with you on that, brother. That's all you had to say. Like, that's all you had to say,
How about
man.
we agree?
Okay.
How about we agree? I wouldn't want to be raised by. I would want to be raised by either one of these jokers.
Agreed.
Man, look, Shody ran over because me and Conspiracy getting into it, boy. Why y'all trying to set us off, man? Why y'all trying to set me? Me and this dude will get into it.
Yeah, man, we ran off my main man, the professor, but you know what I'm saying, man, we about to go ahead and get off here ourselves, man. Like, this was a great Oldie But Goldies episode 2. Everyone, if you want a special Oldie But Goldie, go ahead and put it down in the comment section. Let us know what you want. We not only do animes, we do them cartoons, baby, like my dudes right here. You know what I'm saying? So we go ahead and make that happen. And we thank y'all for listening to us, watching us. Next episode, I don't know what we're actually going to talk about, but we're going to get back on topic. Oldie But Goldie may come probably once a month. DOC, what you got for them?
Hey, listen, we appreciate y'all being here. You know, don't mind me and Mr. Conspiracy. This is just normal for us. We argue like this all the time. So, hey, look, put in the comments if you think I'm right. Put in the comments you think he right. And then put in the comments if you think Pooh Bear look cute today. We out.
Bam, baby. Mr. Conspiracy. We out.